So today we're looking at probably the most unusual and most niche device in the retro handheld gaming community. This device right here by I think a more upcoming company called Magic X. They've already released one device already before, a much smaller one. The unique thing about the 040 is it's specifically geared towards emulating Nintendo DS. Not 3DS, but regular Nintendo DS. And also portrait style games, because obviously, look at the screen there. So the unboxing experience is pretty standard, really. One thing I do like about the box is that it's really thin in comparison to, your regular retro handhelds. So that's cool, and I think from a sustainability point of view, that's pretty good too. So not too much waste there. So that's always good. What you get inside: USB cable, instruction manual, and obviously the unit. I didn't get a screen protector, and I don't recall seeing one on the website, but I mean, it would have been good if they did apply that in the box as well, but look, there you have it. So I can run down the specs real quick. The good news is that they're written on the box right here, which means I haven't got to try and memorize all of that. So the processor is the AllWinner Cortex-A53 A133P at 1.8 gigahertz. The memory is a 2GB DDR4 1866 megahertz. The display is a 4-inch IPS display. The resolution is 480 by 800. Good stuff. Connectivity, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. What else we got on here? It's got vibration motors in there, which, that's pretty standard. The display, it's a touch screen. Very good. The last device, it didn't have it. It was a small screen, but it didn't have it, making it a little bit annoying to handle. However, on this one, has got a touch screen. It is running on Android. As to what version it is, don't ask me. I'll have to find out when we go into it. The battery is a 4300 mAh. On the box, it says it will give you 5 to 7 hours of gameplay. I guess that depends on the system. Hall effect joystick, very good for the price that you pay for it as well. So it's either £65 or $75. Obviously, you're going to get your shipping, and that probably will vary depending on your location. And you've got dual speakers on the front-facing speakers, very good. So my initial thoughts on this, considering how obscure it looks to the conventional retro handheld that you'd normally see, it's really comfortable in the hand. It's really thin as well, and it just, as you can see here, it's not particularly difficult to hold, albeit a little bit small. I think it would have been nice to have a bigger display on there, but for their first try at this kind of idea and concept, I think they've done a great job. I'm really impressed with the build quality here. It's sturdy. There's no, even this button shakes are quite quiet as well, but it's really sturdy in the hand, really comfortable. Let's just play some games, man. There's a bunch of Nintendo DS games that come on this thing. I got the 64 gig version, and there's like 1400 plus games on here. And there's a bunch of like portrait style arcade shooters on there as well. Can't remember the count of that. I've got Android apps on here as well. All of those I had to sideload. I just put my SD card into a PC, downloaded the APK files, and installed them once I plugged it back into the system here. And they work just fine, the ones that I've got. There's a bunch of apps on the App Store, you can do it that way. I mean, you could use the internal Wi-Fi and download APK files or ROMs directly to the unit, but that's going to take really long because the Wi-Fi is quite slow. But yeah, look, starting off with some Dementum 2. I don't know who said it, but listen, do you know your name? I had no idea that Nintendo DS had horror games.
You've been out for almost 5 weeks. You're better now. Everything's gonna be okay. Now I hate to push you out the door. You're still.
Let's just get into it. Okay, so the stylus. So yeah, you can use your your thumb in that, and you can move around, which is crazy. And then you just examine. This is already wild. Let me out. So if you're lucky, some Android games allow you to use the actual controls of the device as well, so that's very cool. Alright, this is going to be hard to play through the camera. See what I mean? So I can use my shoulder buttons there. And this is the one for the pinball games. I think I'm going to just leave it right there. I'll say, well done, Magic X. I never thought that I would feel the urge to go back and play Nintendo DS at this point. I know some people ain't going to like it because the screen is small. The way I see it, if you've been playing retro handhelds up to this point, you should be kind of used to small displays by now. We've been using mobile phones the whole time. I am really impressed with what I know to be their second device that they've put out there. It looks good and it feels good and it feels durable and strong in the hands when you hold it. I think a device like this definitely is, for the time being anyway, is the best way to play Nintendo DS games and portrait style arcade shooters and stuff. Plus it's on Android and that opens you up to a lot more options. I don't see the point in emulating anything else like Dreamcast or PSP at this point, although if you want to see more, let me know in the comments. I hope you liked the video. Take care, stay safe, and peace.